Hey, Bexy and Bobby here. Not So Kosher Show for the Alive and Social Network. Meet tribal members Bexy and Bobby, locally raised, nurtured in the Twin City area. We're part of this great, fabulous, as I said, Alive and Social Network, a family of a bunch of highly educated humans, and us being the dumbasses, correct? Correct, Schnitz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are here to fill your minds with mostly all the wrong shit and with some hints of Judaism in it. Let us tell you a bit about ourselves, and I'm going to start with myself, if you don't mind. I am a St. Paul native. I am fourth generation transplanted from Romania and Germany. Probably a bunch of other places. Probably Poland, like you, right?
Right.
Yeah. I try to smile most of the time, but even though it does give me a little bit of the wrinkles, but I am thinking about getting a little bit of some injections. It's crossing my mind, even though I normally don't want to. But then I sometimes think about that it might be a good idea. Okay. And then I love to laugh, which is pretty easy to trigger me, especially Schnitz is really, really good at triggering me. And Big Daddy's super good at triggering me as well. I love to listen to your problems, but if you start talking about my shit, or excuse me, if I start talking about my shit, I kind of don't shut up. I try to make the most of every day by having fun as much as I can, whether I'm in my domestic responsibility roles, keeping my mom laughing, and giving my daddy kisses. The oldest of four, well, I might be the oldest of four. I don't know. Some people might know something different. And I love ice cream, chocolate, and fuzzy bunnies. And Schnitz, how about you, dude?
Lady. Hi, shalom, everybody. My name is Fun Bobby.
Fun Bobby.
I used to be a sock model. Why are you laughing? It was kind of a big deal in Europe.
Fun Bobby.
Fun Bobby.
Why? I mean, like fun in bed, Bobby, or like fun? I don't get it.
Well, actually, like lately, it's been more like semi-amusing Bobby because I've lost my mojo a little bit.
Oh, honey,
You know, it's really sad. We both come from the same neighborhood. I know that.
We do.
I'm a Highland guy.
But you were 3 when you moved away
what?
from me.
You
left me hanging.
3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, not cool.
Bex.
Not cool. What, hon?
Speaking of Poland.
Speaking of Poland.
Good segue for our friends in Poland. Sponsored by Kaddish. My family, my ancestors, God bless them,
did they own that company?
No.
Oh, okay.
So when they were coming to this country, they were like, we should settle somewhere like the climate most like our own. So we ended up in Minnesota. Fucking Polish. Go figure. Anyway.
It makes sense. I mean, but you know what? I never quite understood about that because it is true. Like, you know, my family is from Russia or whatever. It's like, how did they end up doing that? Like, they didn't have fucking maps to look at, did they?
I think they closed their eyes.
Wasn't it the time of Columbus?
Columbus? Was he Jewish?
I don't know. I didn't check his wee-wee, but it was possible. I don't know. That was a long fucking time ago. But what was that, 1432?
Right. Like I know.
Oh.
The hell is that?
You're as good at school as me are.
Let's
right?
talk about this.
Okay.
We got a really cool show. I'm very excited about
we are.
this. I think that like we're going to learn a little about both of us. I like to talk about me, but right now, how do people reach us? That's my whole, like, how do people get a hold of us?
Well, let me tell you about that. You can go to, give us a little email shout out, Bexy, Bexy, and AND, Bobby, BOBBY, at gmail.com.
You sound like you're either going to take a crap or have an orgasm. I'm not quite sure. Like, where are you going with this?
No, orgasm. Oh, yeah, that's the spot.
I'll have what she's
You got
having.
me. You got me. Okay, what now?
Nothing. We're just talking about, like, I want people to know that, like, if they have something they want from us.
Oh, that's right. I forgot where we were.
Like, how do they reach us? So
That's a really good way, but don't call us.
Why not?
Because I have an unlisted phone number.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but that's it. All right, Bexy, B as in boy, E, X as in xylophone, Y.
Why? Because we like you.
Oh, and speaking of why, because I won't go there. Okay. Anyways, Okay, were you done?
No.
Were you done telling? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Oh, shock and
I'm
awe.
so fucking sorry.
Interruption.com would be your website. No, I'm good. I thought like, okay, so if people want
Okay.
to know more about us, how they reach us, if they wanted us,
Oh, I know what you get. I got it.
Get to it.
Facebook.
right?
Right.
Will you
Not-
sit on my
not-
Facebook? That's my favorite line. And you know what? It does not work, by the way. Do not try this. I seriously, why do I
Okay.
get those looks?
Well, it doesn't really. I mean, it's not really cool, you know.
Right.
And plus, most women are pretty fucking stupid, so they'd be like, "Huh?
Right?
What?
Okay.
I don't get it."
All right.
Okay, wait. Okay, all right. So I was finishing because you reminded me. Not so kosher. I won't go there. Not so kosher Facebook page.
So
like us, fuck us, and share us.
So we
I mean, view us.
we-
Like us, view us, and share us.
We have our own Facebook page.
We have our own Facebook page.
What happens if you like us? What do you get?
Oh, I think you get 5 free punches at Nankin Restaurant. Right?
Right?
Right? For egg foo young. No, what was my favorite? Mock duck.
Oh my God, the duck.
Right? And what about Wanderer's Punch?
Oh,
shit,
hey, come
yeah,
on
right.
in. We've got
Oh
a
my
live
God.
audience. It's actually
Woo!
call-
That's Johnny, baby.
good to see you. Next time, don't stay so long. All right.
Okay,
so
were you done yet or
no,
what?
well, it's kind of interesting. The Nankin,
Okay.
like we go way back. I think there's even a fan. There's somebody who creates these Lincoln Dell pages, and there's a Nankin.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Like North Minneapolis
totally.
peeps and yeah.
I mean,
Wait, is there a Nankin one?
There was somebody was doing a Nankin page. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. All right, so you want to hear? Can I
Yeah.
give you a side story? Okay,
Please.
so were you done talking about yourself? Because I was not
For
done
sure.
listening.
I'll come back.
But so Nankin, all right. So I know the family that own the Nankin, which you probably do
Chalfins.
too. Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, one of the daughters has this badass house that she built. She had a 5,000 square foot house, and then she built like 5,000 square foot more because she wanted to put the furniture from Nankin in there. That was her parents' shit. So when you walk in there, it kind of looks like she's got like, you know, remember the big, huge, funky tables and those badass like red pleather
Oh, yeah,
chairs
totally,
and shit.
totally. Mhm.
She's even in the front entryway. She's got one of the chandeliers that she even put up there. If you can remember those,
That's kinda cool.
I don't know if I can remember them other than I remember when I go in there. But so, I
it
could just
smelled
keep
like
going.
it smelled like soy sauce, like pea soy sauce. Whenever you
shit.
walked in there,
Did it?
It's like, do you
I didn't smell that.
really? Whenever you went into the Nankin, it always like
No,
it was
I
like
didn't
it was like
smell that.
Lollapalooza Pea Fest. But
No,
whatever.
I didn't. Maybe the carpet was just full of soy sauce
That's
or
all
something.
good.
I don't know. Okay, so anyways, I have so many stories about that. But do you want me to hear? You want me to tell you another story
Love
about
it.
that? Okay, so when I was when we were 13 and 14 years old, me and you know who the other person is that I was with, my bestie at the time. We would get dressed up in our Danskin outfits. That we had like one piece little outfits that we wear, you know, and then a skirt that would wrap around it, and they were all Nankin, and we thought we were badass, and we stole them from Powers and Highland, and then we would also wear Nankin pumps. Whoops, I mean Nina pumps.
Okay.
Okay, but those we didn't steal because those we actually had to go and buy at a store. It was pretty crazy. We just stole shit because it was more fun. Because we actually had, one of the people I know had, two of them had their own like credit cards from their parents. Like no one had that. Another one had. Okay, I'm just going on and on and on. Okay,
So what happened? What happened?
I better stop.
Did City Center kill the Nankin? What?
Yeah, no,
Like, what happened?
no. I think it. Oh, was that when they moved it?
Yeah.
When City Center opened, but then Cecil's opened up in City Center.
Right.
Yeah, but they moved to the corner, right? But then I don't know what happened. I think it just was its time. Like I say, everything has to like have its time. Everything
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are
expires.
wondering what that sound is, you and your hot flashes. Like I don't know if that's being picked up right
Can
now.
you hear it?
It's like the wave
oh
at the
my God,
Metrodome is
I'm
happening
just
right now.
schwitzing. It's terrible.
Okay, well, settle.
Jesus,
settle
my
in.
vagina's even hot.
Okay, that just
Fucked
happened.
up.
Okay, well, we just lost 4 people that were listening out of 5.
Wait, you should check out my cankles.
Like right now, I can't see that low.
They're totally schwitzing. Okay, I'm sorry. Were you still in the middle of telling me about your life?
Check, please. Okay, yeah, this is going well. I haven't had this much fun since Holocaust, the musical.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay, stop now, because I'll pee. Remember?
Okay.
Okay. Are you done talking about yourself or what?
I feel like I'll never
Did you
get
finish?
another word in. Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
because you should just shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
I'm good.
Because less is more.
Let's talk
right?
about you.
Okay, well, so here's some little extra bits of information, just so that everybody that is listening to our podcast, because they can't see us, well, we'll put cute little pictures of us on everything. But just in case they can't see us, I have some really awesome like visuals for them. So, Bexy, okay, I found this on Urban Dictionary. Check it out. I am better than sexy. I am derived from the terms Becky and sexy. Duh. Okay. Used to describe an extremely attractive human being. I know you're all like wishing you could see me because I'm so fucking hot. Usually with the birth name Rebecca. This term is not to be used lightly. The specified individual must illustrate pristine bodily features. Can you just I'm sorry, are you giving me fucking faces?
It's so hot that
I
our
am
engineer
so-
is playing Candy Crush on his phone right now. He's like completely checking out his
Not even
Instagram.
looking at me.
It's like,
Really?
My boss is talking to me. I
Oh,
apologize.
oh,
Sorry,
whoa.
guys. Sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
I'm
It's all
telling
good.
you what I look like underneath all these clothes.
Right.
I know, right?
It's all good.
Right. Pristine bodily features that go above and beyond even the strictest standards. A quality test for one's ability to be honored with such a word is the frequency of jimps. Do you know what the word jimps is? Okay.
please share.
Well, jimps is jizz in my pants.
Oy vey.
I'm so hot that's what
Not
happens
so
to
kosher.
most men and women that they when they see me. I know you're thinking that. And then
Today's word is gyms.
Jim's. It's a good word. I like it. JIM as in mom, P as in penis. Okay, and for Bobby, we've got yours is a pretty simple one, typical, of course. Well, it guarantees if you've got the name Bobby that you have a extremely large penis.
Dude, no, I don't.
And then you're awesome in bed.
Dude, I'm like a candidate for Chia Dick.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Are you really?
I don't
That
want to talk. That's a
sucks.
short subject. Let's
That
move on.
sucks.
It's okay.
Well, I guess there's just no more examples that we need to give for you because you just got it all fucking going on down there.
Pretty cool.
Okay, you're just a badass in your grandpa shorts.
I'm like the vagina whisperer. Trust me. If you want to hear about like some stories,
No, do you go down there and like
I'm
do you
like
talk
Jacques
to it?
Cousteau. I'm like, yeah, I'll go down for like 3 days. And they're like, what are you doing?
Whoa,
No, I know. I
Really?
know. You know what?
your nose must stink.
Here's our first note from
Oh no, oh
Like-
no, I'm
like-
scared. I'm
like
scared.
wrap it up.
Oh my god.
Okay,
oh
perfect.
my god.
All right, so yeah.
So-
anyway,
All right, so I'm going to just tell you. So, because we're a Jewish podcast, I believe possibly, please mark me if I'm wrong, the first in the Midwest area that's like strictly kosher,
very cool.
right?
By the way,
Right? And so we're going to, of course, have a few different like segments. We have so many because we're of an abundance, like typical, everything's got to be too much. When you drink your wine, you have to pour it all over your fucking hand. You know that whole gig?
Oh, totally,
Right? Yeah.
totally.
And then when you wash your hands, you got to like sit there and wash it 3 times on each side because God forbid you wouldn't get them clean.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get that whole thing because they don't even use like, they don't even use any fucking antiseptic soap or anything. Like, I'm a clean freak, and like, you got to be scrubbing some of that shit major down there everywhere. Like, everywhere it's got to be clean before you're touching me or anything. Did you know that?
No.
about me? Okay, well, I'm just telling you. Okay, so I'm sorry. Getting back to our show, getting back to our segments that we're going to have, that we're going to try very hard to do short and sweet ones so that you don't get too fucking bored.
right.
Right. But the first one that we have today that we're going to do on our first podcast is Gefilte Kvetch.
Did they hear that? Make sure they heard that.
Gefilte Kvetch.
I didn't mean yell at me.
Oh,
I'm just
I'm
saying
sorry.
the whole kvetch thing is pretty funny.
Gefilte Kvetch.
Right,
Okay,
so-
which everybody would want to know what that is, and that is the rant of the week. And Bobby is really into wanting to say what his rant of the week is today.
Well, okay.
Or is it of the week? Or is it like every fucking day for like
It's
a
like-
month?
it's like the last-
month.
it's
like
like
months.
every day? Like everybody has a daily. Like, what the hell is going on with this
That's-
road construction? Are you kidding me?
It's all right. So
Road construction would be my daily kvetch of the day, and it's funny because
that's Gefilte Kvetch.
right, gefilte
yeah,
kvetch, right?
Yeah, you got yeah. Because and what I, you know,
Right. Keep going for sure. While I remember
aren't I good at that one?
You're so good at that.
I know. Well, didn't you say to me that like your last colonoscopy kind of reminded you of?
Yeah, you know why?
road
It
construction?
blows.
It blows.
It blows. It's like, okay, so it's like Jimmy Crack Corn. If I have to go through.
Did you eat corn? You're not supposed to eat corn before you have
Can
that
you
kind.
see corn in your stool? Like, are you one of those people?
Do you know that it's one of the like many things that do not like?
No, I know,
You
but
can't feed dogs. Or my daughter just told me this today. Who's going to be a vet. You're not supposed to feed dogs corn.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. You're not supposed to feed dogs corn because it doesn't go through their, like us too. Like it comes out whole, right? Do you know?
yeah.
All right. Do you know what the one food is that totally will go through? It's completely digestible. Does anybody know in the house?
I don't.
Okay.
Pass.
It's eggs.
Really?
Isn't it funny how we like eat a lot of eggs and like every fucking holiday basically is
Pretty
fucking
much.
eggs. Like Passover, like what do you eat on Passover? Fried matzah.
Right.
Like everything's fucking eggs because that's all you can fucking eat, right? It's fucked up.
That'll be my next kvetch.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Were you talking about road
Well,
construction?
now I
I'm
want to
sorry.
now I want to do a whole bit on child pornography because of the whole corn thing, which probably is not a good idea. But if we want to just segue, right?
into child
Well,
pornography.
the corn thing, it's like I've always been fascinated to always look to see like if
Oh my God, that's
so. Anyway,
That's nasty.
road construction is
That's
it's everywhere.
nasty.
It's like you're like you can guarantee you're going to have at least a 35-minute drive if it normally takes you 10, 15 minutes, 35 minutes. So everywhere we go, Highway 100, forget about
Well,
it.
that's a joke. All right,
It's- so that's my thing. It's like
So I live in St. Paul, and I'm in Minneapolis at least once a day. But I am a professional on getting into Minneapolis. I know every fucking side street. I'm like a pro.
right.
I even had someone made me fucking drive out to fucking New Hope today in the middle of fucking traffic to get some fucking sugar.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fucked up because I had to stand 100, but I did plow through everybody on the side, that you're not supposed to go, where that line is. What is that called?
The medium. The
Yeah,
The shoulder.
the shoulder. I drove on the shoulder.
Good
It
call.
just said no buses, so I went. Is that right?
Yeah.
Was that wrong? I'm sorry. Weren't you in the middle of telling me
I
about
kind
your
of have a feeling this is the way
colonoscopy?
this is going to go. But it's funny because I got to tell you, I moved back here from California. I was in San Diego, there's traffic everywhere. But here's the funny thing, because I like to get sidetracked. So
I lived in San Diego, actually.
Where about?
A lot of places. I lived there for 6 years. I went to college there, University of San Diego.
Wow.
I lived in Linda Vista, Mission Beach, Pacific Beach.
Ooh, that was
Pacific
the
Beach.
best.
Love PB. So
Love
PB,
that.
my first day.
I have a T-shirt with that.
You do?
Yeah, I do. From when I was like 8,
Nice.
I saved it.
Okay, bring it.
It fit my left tit. I will.
Maybe we could put it on eBay
Okay, there you go.
and see if we
eBay.
can get a buck for it.
Right.
So PB is a really cool college town, but there's really nice beaches, Mission Beach. So I remember the first day I pull up in my Saturn Ion and I run up and there's a group of girls and I go, "What's up, beaches?"
I'm sorry. What?
And they
What?
look at me like,
What'd
"What?
you say?
What's up, beaches?"
God, fuck. No wonder you're fucking single.
Right?
What a fucking loser.
The look on their faces.
Okay, really? No. Did they just sit there
Seriously.
and stare at you?
Yeah, I felt really popular.
Oh, jeez. I swear.
So anyway.
Really?
Yeah, but
That's loser.
I know. So
Loser. You
construct-
can't see me, but I'm doing one of those
Thanks.
old turn, like
Thanks,
the
Laverne.
old '90s things with
Really?
the like L word on the. Oh, that's a different word now. That's like
is.
for lesbians. Whoops. I'm sorry about that.
Another show.
No. Oh, that's right. We're going to talk about that
For
another
sure.
time.
So
yeah.
anyway, this is
for
a
sure.
good segue into some of the little bits that we're going to be doing. I think you should
Okay.
introduce them, and we'll just.
Is that the what's up beaches?
Yeah, well, you laughed, right?
It was
Yeah,
good.
it
was
was
good.
funny.
Thank
It
you.
was funny. It
I'll
was
be
funny.
here all week.
It was funny. All right, so
I
so
can
far,
relate.
so
No,
can,
come in.
Oh, did you do that? Don't even tell me you did the same.
No,
fucking
not
thing.
the same thing, but there's a lot of pressures when you get down there. It's a different world in San Diego, and there's just, coming from small town from here, you just don't really know how to approach it. So
do you feel like you have to like wear like a thong
No,
Like
no,
Speedo
no, no.
or
Those
what?
No, that's not a way to do it either. I
No,
wouldn't go about
if
that
people
way.
kind of stare at you, you might get some chicks that might check you out.
But you never know. Down there, it's such a melting pot, and everybody's so kind of outgoing and crazy that would work with some crowd, you know.
Yep.
So anything down there goes. It's kind of weird, but that's why I didn't fit in very well because I was too like.
Too
I fit
too
in.
Midwestern.
I had fun, and I had a lot of I don't want to say it like that, but yeah, I was a little
Well,
more.
it probably would have helped if you would have not worn that like Twins
Twins
baseball
hat.
cap there,
Yeah, that
but
was-
whatever.
Especially because it says Dairy Queen on the back. I've always been
Does
like,
it not?
do you
it
know
does-
how uncool you are if you wear your DQ
Giveaway
Twins hat?
Is there one of those?
Are you new
Were they
here?
a giveaway?
Okay.
They give away like 3 a year.
What?
Don't you?
3 different games.
Weren't you ever at like the old Metropolitan Stadium when they would have Halter Day at Metropolitan Stadium, and then
yeah.
they'd have Prosthetic Day at the no? So I mean, like they were running
At
out
the
of
Kicks game?
they were running out of promotions, and it was like,
Oh.
bring your stepchild to the Twins game. So anyway, the Kicks game, I love the Kicks. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
So I got a story. I got a story about the Kicks game.
Yep.
Okay. Some of you might relate to this, and some of you were actually part of this event with me.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my date, my friend, and her date. BBYO.
Right.
BBYO night out
B'nai
at
B'rith
the
Youth
Kicks
Organization.
game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, at the Kicks game, and we drive in. So my buddy, he was from a very well-to-do family here, and he was 16 and he had one of those big badass vans because of course he had a DJ service. How a lot of the young rich
Oh, sure.
kids always had DJ services.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to have a van to carry all his shit with him. Am I boring you? You look like I'm boring you because I don't really give a shit. But so, anyways, we go in the van. Of course, we had Cecil's box lunches. I don't know if we had box lunches back then, but we were eating Cecil's food. And then they were smoking out of a bong, and I was not. I was more.
Participating?
Yeah, I was more into coke. So I didn't really fucking do that kind of shit. So they had a bong and they're like smoking, and then and then we lock up the van and then we go into the game and they're like toasted and I'm like leading them like they're little like animals, and we sit down and we watch the game and then we leave early and we get in the van and they're dumping out the bong and the cop busts us, throws the four of us in the back of the fucking squad car and takes us to the Bloomington Police Department
Seriously?
and throws us in a fucking cell. The girls in one cell and the boys in another. My father made me sit there because he was so fucking pissed off at me. He wouldn't come and get me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this because I wanted to make sure that my parents thought I did it and my friend didn't do it. But then another person we know, all right, I'm getting lost in my story. I just lost my story. Okay, whatever. Anyways, all right, so
Just
that was
for
the
those
story.
who are playing at home, what's worse, bong water smell or
what?
bong water smell that spilled over,
Disgusting.
or
That
or
is
the
gross.
Nankin soy sauce
Oh,
pea
what's
carpet
worse?
smell, right? It's
I mean,
it's one of our new.
I almost feel sad that I don't remember that.
It had that smell.
I don't remember that. I think we'd get so drunk on the fucking Wanderers Punch that who the fuck knew?
That was a good punch too.
Really?
by the way.
Seriously, I don't think so. All right, so let's move on to our next segment because
Thank
who's
God.
going to shut the fuck up? I don't know. Somebody. Before we go any further, Grant, do you have any questions for us Jewish people over here?
Not
there any-
well. I a cup. Well, I didn't know eggs were so involved in all your meals. I learned that. Really?
are.
So why?
Well, I think because
You can't eat
we
anything
are the
else?
chosen people, and so is the egg.
Okay.
Is that true? You didn't like that
I'm
one?
kind of.
I'm trying to make you laugh, Bobby. You're kind of laughing now.
I'm trying
It's
to. I'm trying to
hard.
figure that one out. So eggs.
Yeah,
It's a Jewish staple for sure.
it kind of is.
Because during that particular period of time, Passover, there is nothing you can eat.
That's what I kind of thought.
Nothing. So
No.
you throw an egg in there.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Blintzes, like
Can't have
everything-
blintzes on
blintz-
Passover.
No. I'm thinking about just regular during the year, like
Can have a fucking thing on
Blintzes-
Passover.
That's true. I thought you could say a ding-a-ling.
No.
Remember? No ding dongs. That's what they were called.
Oh, I'm craving a ding
Oh,
dong.
do you remember when during Passover when you couldn't fucking have a ding dong?
Look.
Okay, a little Debbie Hostess cupcake.
No, you couldn't
No,
have
that was
No,
two
that's
different
chametz. Chametz. And why do they say anyway?
Because we
Chametz.
just have to use that because it makes us different and
does.
special, being the chosen
Eggs were a
people.
staple for sure for
Yeah.
Passover.
So, all right. So that, like a lot of things.
Did you have
it
Jewish
kinda
friends
is.
growing up?
I had actually not
Don't
until
make up
high
a name.
school.
Don't
Not
make up
until-
a fucking
no, not
name.
until high school. I went to Catholic schools my entire life.
Oh.
I'm a
So there were
Catholic.
no Jewish people. in
Yeah,
there.
well, not until I went to Benil. There were a couple of kids at Benil that were Jewish,
I
but
love- yep.
My brother went to
Um,
St. Thomas.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, I eventually had a couple friends, but not until I was later in my years, in my life.
Yeah. That's cool.
I know people that went to Benil.
We had the synagogue
did.
across the street there,
Bethel.
Bethel. Yep, and they brought us over there in junior high and gave us the tour of the synagogue, and
These are the people that killed. No, I'm kidding.
No, they did the whole
They killed
Sesame
your
Street.
Lord.
They did the Sesame Street. Which one of these isn't like the other?
yeah, exactly.
Right? They're like, what's up with those hats? you
Yeah, that's
freaks.
Yeah, they had a. That's funny you say that because there was, they had like this box there in the beginning where
Yep.
if you forget yours, you can use one out of
Wow, he's good. He
out of the
remembers.
box. And we actually, a couple kids in my class, I feel terrible to say this, but got in trouble because one kid stole a microphone from the auditorium and the other kid stole two of those hats or the yarmulkes.
The yarmulkes.
Right?
Yeah.
And they actually were trying to have one of the kids turn in what they stole. So two kids came in and said, I stole yarmulkes, but that wasn't what they were looking for. They were looking for a microphone, long story short.
They
But yeah,
stole
so
a fucking
it
microphone.
was embarrassing. Yeah, we were in 7th grade, and
That
they just
kinda-
it's
That's
just
all right.
it's like
Embarrassing
kids
for the
do.
school.
It wasn't. It was
God
just and,
forgives.
and then they called over the school.
God
I'm
is
now
love.
on my own tangent. I got to stop.
That's pretty fun. No, I kind of like that one.
Yeah, so that
we
was
stole the
my-
microphone in 7th grade.
Wow.
I mean, it's one thing to like walk into like
was
I don't know,
embarrassing.
like
Did you rip
Albrecht's and rip something off.
Yeah.
That's a really old store. Jackson Graves couldn't steal there.
I
Couldn't
remember
steal
Jackson
there.
Graves.
Yeah, very expensive clothes.
Upscale department store.
Super. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's old school.
That's super old school.
Can we talk about that?
We had a badass one in Highland where Patina is.
Oh, yeah.
Badass. God, I'm getting a little giraffe. Sorry. in
I
my
love the
throat.
movie Jurassic Park. You kind of remind me of like 3 of those
Do I
people.
look at like that?
No, I wasn't saying that. Oh, dear God,
Oh,
never.
sorry.
Please.
Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, check it out. I got another story for you. Okay, so
How long is this? Keep going.
okay,
It's awesome.
if anybody knows Norma Kamali, she was smoking hot when it was in the late 70s and 80s. And there was a coat that I bought at Jackson Grave on super clearance. I still remember it. I paid $68 for it, and it was regularly $325. And I thought like I had completely fucking scored.
Cool.
This coat still is worn by me today. It is down to the ground. It's a huge, it's filled with poly, right? But it's thick, so it's like a fake down. Look, at the time, it was like fake down, okay, whatever the hell they called it. But because, getting into our next segment, Jews who play hockey and bowl, John, Big Daddy, as we call him, he plays hockey, and every game I have to fucking wear that coat.
For
because
real?
it's the only thing that keeps me warm. Because the thing goes down to the ground. It's
Right.
a big puff ball.
Yeah.
So it totally keeps me warm. Because it'd be a little inappropriate for me to wear my fur coat.
Exactly.
Right? My mink would look pretty funky in the, yeah. And it would look even funkier in, well, okay, we're not going to talk about. Okay, so anyways, all right, moving on to our next segment. Okay, I'm done with my story. Are you relieved?
Thank you, Moses.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Moses. Okay, so we have Jews who bowl,
I've
Jews
never
who do
I
any sports.
like how many Jews do you know who bowl?
Okay, so Big Daddy bowls, and he's on a Jewish bowling team.
It's a B'nai B'rith thing, right?
It is.
Oh,
And I
wow.
actually was on a women's one time, but there was a little bit too many women that were a little borderline yeah, I don't know what was going on there. So I felt uncomfortable there, so I decided to quit that. Even ones that weren't. Well, okay. So anyways,
I would rather
yeah,
mow the
he-
lawn with scissors
would
than go bowling.
you?
Maybe
No,
'cause I
seriously,
suck
do you
at it.
bowl?
I am not a good bowler. I'm the guy who throws the ball up and it goes in someone else's lane.
Whoa.
And people look at me like special.
Well, have you ever tried to roll it between your legs maybe?
No, because that's worse. That's
You think?
obviously you never went to bowling school.
Well, yeah, but that's okay because then it just seems like you're completely challenged.
You know what? But the thing
Or
is,
on
it's
the spectrum of some form.
I suppose.
Did you ever bowl at Lucky Lanes?
Yeah, for sure.
Did you really?
Lucky Lanes. the Carriage House in St. Louis Park.
Ooh.
Like old school. But the thing is, it's
but
like
as an adult, it's too
no,
weird.
no.
Okay, I'm gonna take you. John bowls twice a week
That's so
during the
weird.
winter.
Really?
Sunday mornings, and then like it's hysterical. So then if somebody loses, they have to put money into this pot.
Yeah.
And then if somebody loses, they have to buy bagels for everybody on the team. Whoever loses the first like grouping of
Sure.
like the games that they play. And so
Does he have his own ball? Is he that
okay,
serious?
so check it out. John and I, when we got married, someone
Yeah.
gave us our own balls
That's just weird.
and our own bag. And mine said Miss Kaz, and his said Mr. Kaz. How cool! They like had it because we used to go bowling with these friends of ours.
Okay, that's cool.
It's all right. It was kind of a really cool wedding gift. Like I thought it was absolutely the coolest.
All right, that's cool. It's kind of retro,
It was
old school.
well, that was old school back then.
Well, could you break 100?
Yeah, fuck you. I actually can break 100.
I struggle with it.
All
I
right,
struggle
we're
with the
gonna-
Gaddafi
you know what?
line of
We're
100.
gonna work with you. We're gonna work with you. John kicks ass. So like he kept that ball for a long time, but then
Yeah.
a few years ago he was realizing his game was off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the guys were like, "Go buy a new ball." But typical Jewish guy, he's like, "I ain't fucking spending the money,
Right,
you know,
right.
fuck that." And we had to like search forever until he found something that he would even get close to buying because
Mm-hmm.
he didn't want to spend so much money. And so his game went up like 100 points the first time he played.
Seriously.
No, I'm not kidding. He was like 298. It was
What?
insane. I swear to
That's
God.
like ESPN
he was
shit.
like on the money. Like he said, it's totally different how the balls are now. So he totally did that.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is then they have to put this money back to my story. They have to put this money in the pot, and then they whoever loses has to pay. But there's this one guy that's too fucking cheap, and he won't put the money in.
Mm-hmm.
And so then what happens is then he'll lose, and then he won't even fucking pay for it. It's super fucked up. Okay. And then, yeah. Whoa. Okay. And so, and then he also plays hockey.
He plays
all
hockey.
winter long. Yeah.
He's super Gentile.
Thunder Chickens,
Uh,
the team.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they think they're
Interesting name.
badasses.
Okay.
So, anyways, I think that we should really we need to wrap it up.
Well, let's let them know what they have to look forward to with these
Yeah.
sort of segments that we're going to be doing.
We got so
'Cause
many, though.
It's one of my favorites.
It's insane. Which one is your favorite? You haven't even said anything. Could you just talk a little? Because I can't shut the fuck up. I drank way too much iced tea tonight.
Oi or Goy is going to be my favorite segment on the
That's
show.
going to be funny.
Can we just do a couple bits on the Oi
Okay,
or Goy?
you
Yeah.
can. You can do
Yeah,
one.
you got a few minutes here. Take some
Okay,
time and
okay,
Okay.
because
get
I
a
kind of
couple
feel
teas
like
of each of them in here quickly. And
because I grew up with, I have a lot of friends. I'm Fun Bobby. I don't know if I've said that or not.
Fun Bobby, yeah.
I'm Fun
we
Bobby.
know how fucking fun you are,
So
Bobby.
I dated mostly non-Jewish girls and was sort of introduced to like, you know, the butter in the cupboard gig. You know what I mean? I've never understood. Like they'd say, "Oh, help yourself to a glass in the cabinet." I would open it up and I go, "The fuck is butter doing in there?" What? So just to give you a reference, a lot of Jewish people kind of refrigerate that shit, right?
That's true.
So that was like, so that would be oi or goy. And just
Yeah.
to keep it fair, there's a lot of, you know, like oi things too that our Gentile friends would go, really? What's up with that?
Yeah, yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's true.
that's going to be one of my
That's
favorite things.
true.
We're going to be like,
All right, we'll get back to that
All
for
right,
sure.
cool.
Okay. And then we're going to do things like we're going to have like word of the
so
week.
much for me talking a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can go on.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. You're next. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
Let me just okay, word of the week. We're just going to have a word of the week.
What
we're
would
gonna
be,
pick like
what would today's word of the week be?
the word yid because that would be the first one straight up because
Can you
we're
use that-
yids.
use it
in a
as-
sentence.
in a sentence.
No,
No,
you do.
no,
I got to see the word. You get to use it in a sentence
Well, like, you know,
because you'll do something really good.
no, I'm like,
Make me hot. Talk to me.
well,
Talk to me
Did you-
like a yid.
did you grow up in a household where Yiddish was often busted out? Like, did you?
German.
Well, it's
German.
sort of right. So I always thought we were being
Akshna.
punished. Didn't you feel like you were being punished when the Yiddish came out? Like they were trying to, you know, secret society. We're gonna say Yiddish.
Well, they
now.
do that.
Right.
So that then you wouldn't know what they were talking about.
Right. It
Like
always
my
scared
daddy
me.
would go, I'm going to go make ashi.
What the? You mean Kashi? What is Ashi? Like a private moment where he's like,
That means he has to take a shit. I got to go make ashi.
I think
what he
that's just
says.
what your dad did.
He's fine.
I don't think that has anything to do
I
with.
thought that was a Yiddish word.
Are you yidding me?
I don't know.
Are you fucking yidding me right
Yeah,
now?
I don't know.
You're yidding me.
Okay,
Word of the
so I
week.
keep going. All right, where are we? We
We're
got
gonna-
to finish it up, dude.
Well, we're going to do the word of the week. We're going to do the rants. We're going to do a lot of
We're going
things.
to talk about Afi Coleman,
Okay.
the dude, little Afi that we're going to like hide, and you're going to find him because where will Afi be, Mr. Afi Coleman? so make sure you listen to us on the Alive and Social Network,
For sure.
and make sure you check us out on our Facebook page.
Like
and
us.
like us,
Lick
and
us.
fuck us, and
No,
share.
that's
Oh,
weird.
that's right.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know. I don't know.
What's
I'm
the Facebook
horny.
page?
What is the
What-
Facebook
I'm
page?
sorry.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
the-
that's right. What's that called? Not so kosher.
Not so kosher.
There you
Not
go.
so kosher. And remember, if you don't like what we're saying, or you like what we're saying, or you want us to say something more,
Yeah.
Bexy and Bobby at gmail.com.
Love it.
Love it. Okay, dude. Have a good night.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Love ya.